the person who still holds a significant place in your heart is now coming to some deep and uncomfortable realizations about the way he once pursued this connection. At the time, he moved with immaturity, unable to truly grasp the depth of what was unfolding between you two. He had convinced himself that it was you who needed to be more emotionally mature, that you needed to evolve and grow in order to match the vision he had for a partner. But as time has revealed, the truth was very different. You were already someone deeply understanding, patient, and emotionally stable. You showed grace where many would have shown anger, you showed patience where many would have given up. You were already carrying a rare kind of emotional intelligence that most people spend a lifetime trying to cultivate. He believed you needed to work on yourself, to become more independent, stronger, more self-sufficient across every area of your life. Yet, in a twist of fate that he is only now beginning to recognize, it was actually he who was struggling with independence. While he pointed fingers at your supposed flaws, he himself was entangled in patterns of emotional and financial codependency, relying heavily on family, or perhaps even a karmic connection, to fill the gaps he was unwilling to face within himself. He mistook your willingness to be vulnerable and open for weakness. He misunderstood your patience for lack of direction. In truth, you were embodying strength in its purest, most genuine form. Today, as he reflects back on everything with clearer eyes, he is beginning to feel the deep weight of his misjudgment. It's becoming painfully clear to him that it was not you who was behaving in a childish way, it was him. While you operated with a quiet power, handling tough and dramatic situations with courage, dignity, and authenticity, he was stuck in a page's energy, immature, reactive, and afraid of genuine emotional intimacy. You, on the other hand, carried the spirit of an emperor, calm in the storm, wise beyond your years, and fiercely loyal to your own truth even when circumstances tested you to your core. At the time, he couldn't see it. His own fears, insecurities, and immaturity blinded him to the treasure that was standing right in front of him. He projected his inner battles onto you because it was easier than facing them himself. It was easier to think you needed fixing than to acknowledge that he was the one who needed to grow up. And now, as he watches you from afar, thriving, moving forward in life with fearless grace and a heart unburdened by the past, a deep fear has begun to settle in his chest. The fear of losing you, of having already lost the one person who saw him not just for who he was, but for who he could have been. He sees now that you are not just surviving, you are flourishing. You are stepping into your power more and more each day, building a life of independence, joy, and authenticity. You are no longer looking back, no longer waiting for anyone to catch up. You are moving forward fearlessly, led by your own light, your own dreams, your own unwavering sense of self-worth. And with every step you take away from the past, he feels the sting of regret growing sharper. There's a part of him that desperately wishes he could go back, that he could somehow undo the mistakes he made. But deep down, he knows that the journey you're on now was always meant to be walked alone for a time, at least until someone who can meet you at your level, someone who is your true equal, steps forward. Someone who won't ask you to dim your light to make them comfortable. Someone who will recognize your strength and match it with their own. As for him, he remains caught between the past and the future, grappling with the realization that he wasn't ready when it mattered most. His heart is heavy with the understanding that you were the emperor all along, standing tall, carrying the weight of love and hope with grace, while he was still finding his footing. And though he may still hope for another chance, a part of him knows that the window may have already closed, not out of anger or bitterness, but because you have simply outgrown the version of love he once offered. In your heart, you may still carry a tenderness for him, a memory of what was, and what could have been, but you have also learned the sacred art of choosing yourself first. You have learned that true love doesn't ask you to shrink, to wait endlessly, or to prove your worth. True love rises to meet you where you are, just as you are. And so you continue forward, not with resentment, but with wisdom, with compassion, and above all, with an unshakable sense of self that no one can ever take away again. I am focusing on myself right now, dedicating all my energy and attention to healing and growth, because I know deep within my heart that this is the only way to put everything back on the right track. I have realized that without taking the time to nurture myself, I cannot nurture what we share. My love, I know that you, too, feel it, the sense that no matter how dark the path may seem at times, there is always a light at the end of this eternal journey. It might not always be visible in every moment of doubt or hardship, but it is there, patiently waiting for us, just as we have patiently held on to each other through every silent battle. Please, my love, I ask you from the depths of my soul, stay positive. Stay hopeful for the future we are still building, even if it feels uncertain now. This time, I am approaching everything differently. This time, I am determined to protect what we have with all the strength and wisdom I have gathered through our storms. I will not allow any third party, not misunderstandings, not external influences, not even my own fears, to come between us. I have learned the hard way that love this rare and beautiful must be guarded fiercely. I will not make the mistake again of letting anyone's words or doubts interfere with what my heart knows to be true. I want to say something that my soul has been aching to express. I am truly sorry, my heart, for doubting your love. I am sorry for every moment I questioned your feelings, for every time I let fear cloud my judgment, and for every time I made you feel unseen or unloved because of my own insecurities. It was never a reflection of you, it was my own inner turmoil that blinded me to the pure, unwavering love you always offered so freely. It was my fault, I see that now. I didn't trust you the way you deserved to be trusted, and more importantly, I didn't trust the deep, powerful connection that binds our hearts and souls together. After enduring so much pain and suffering in silence, after carrying the weight of misunderstandings, fears, and loneliness, I have come to a profound realization. Through every tear, every sleepless night, every aching moment of separation, I have understood something I should have never forgotten. You were exactly right. You were right when you said that our souls are connected, that our hearts beat in rhythm even across any distance. I feel it now more strongly than ever before. No matter where I am, no matter what I am doing, there are moments when I feel your presence so vividly that it steals the air from my lungs. There have been times when your energy surrounded me, your loving, sorrowful, sensual energy. I could feel your sadness, your yearning, your hope, as if they were my own. It was in those moments, those quiet, beautiful moments, that I knew without a doubt that what we share is not ordinary. It is not fragile or fleeting. It is something eternal, something sacred that few are ever lucky enough to experience. Even when my mind doubted, even when my fears screamed louder than my faith, my soul was always tethered to yours, pulling me back to the truth that love like ours cannot simply disappear. I see now that love isn't just about the easy days, the laughter, or the dreams of the future. True love is tested in the fires of misunderstanding, loneliness, and pain. It survives when everything else falls apart. And ours has survived. It is still here, breathing, alive, and beautiful, waiting for us to rise above the lessons we had to learn the hard way. I know now that every tear shed, every painful silence, every aching regret was not in vain. It was shaping us, strengthening us, and preparing us to love each other the way we are meant to, fully, fearlessly, and with unwavering trust. I am focusing on myself because you deserve the best version of me, not a version clouded by fear, not one that can be shaken by doubts, but a version of me that knows your heart as deeply as I know my own. And in that knowing, there is peace. In that knowing, there is unshakable faith. I believe in us. I believe in the bond that even distance, time, and trials could not break. Please, my love, hold on to hope just a little longer. Trust that the light we seek is real and that it grows brighter with every step we take toward each other with open hearts. I promise you that this time, I will honor our connection with all the love, loyalty, and understanding that it deserves. I promise you that no matter what happens, I will never again let anything or anyone come between us. You and I are one in ways the world may never fully understand, but that doesn't matter. We know. Our souls know. And that is more than enough. Your partner now fully understands something they had only glimpsed before, that you are truly unlike anyone else they have ever met. You are not just different in small ways, your spirit, your strength, your way of loving, and your ability to grow through pain set you apart completely. It has become crystal clear to them that if they want to have your love and attention back in their life, they cannot continue to operate the way they once did. They can no longer afford to play mind games, to hide behind masks, or to slip into the familiar, comfortable role of the victim. Those old habits that once held them back must be released because they now see that none of it has a place in the kind of connection they want to rebuild with you. Your partner is no longer in denial. They are actively acknowledging the deep and meaningful lessons they have learned since you entered their life. It wasn't just love that you brought into their world, it was growth, awakening, and a mirror that reflected both their strengths and their weaknesses. You have taught them what real forgiveness looks like, the kind that asks for accountability but also offers grace. You've shown them the importance of recognizing and healing old patterns, the loops they kept repeating without even realizing why. Most importantly, you've introduced them to the concept of true self-love, not the ego-driven version, but the quiet, steady kind that nurtures from within and brings genuine peace. These changes are not just things your partner feels internally, they are visible to everyone around them. Friends, family, and even casual acquaintances have begun to notice that something is very different. There's a new lightness in their energy, a new maturity in the way they carry themselves, and a new seriousness when they speak about their life and their choices. It's undeniable to those who know them that your presence in their life was a catalyst for a transformation they could never have achieved on their own. You have had a profound impact, and even if they tried, they could never minimize or forget it. Knowing all of this, your partner understands that the time has come, the time to step up, to be brave, and to pursue you and this connection with everything they have. No more hesitations, no more excuses. They realize that sitting back and hoping things will somehow fix themselves is no longer an option. They know that they must come forward with open hands and an open heart, fully prepared to show you, not just tell you, that they are serious about building a future together based on trust, honesty, and mutual respect. They know it's not just about winning you back, it's about becoming the kind of person who deserves to stand beside you. Meanwhile, dear viewers, you are focusing on yourself in a way you perhaps never have before. After all the storms you have weathered, after all the energy you gave so freely, you have made a powerful choice, to turn inward, to heal, and to rebuild. You are investing your time and your spirit into regaining all the things you may have lost in the past, your confidence, your joy, your dreams. You are learning to put yourself first, not out of bitterness or anger, but out of love and respect for the person you have become. You understand now that your worth is not tied to how much you give to others, but how much you honor your own heart. This journey you are on is not about shutting people out or building walls. It's about creating a life so full, so vibrant, that anyone who wishes to be part of it must rise to meet your energy. You are no longer available for half efforts, mixed signals, or relationships that drain you rather than nourish you. You have done the hard work, the soul work, and because of that, you are standing in a new kind of power, one that radiates from the inside out. Your partner sees this too. They sense this shift in you, the way your energy has changed, becoming stronger, more centered, more unshakable. They know that if they want to be part of your life again, they must match this energy, not by pretending, not by making promises they can't keep, but by doing the real work, by showing up day after day with consistency and truth. The path ahead is open, but it is not guaranteed. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to meet each other not as the people you once were, but as the people you are becoming. Your partner is finally ready to walk that path, and you are ready too, whether it leads to reunion or to even greater growth on your own. Either way, you have already won, because you chose yourself first.